What's poppin', guys? Guard Champion here. And the next Hashira up in line is Kyojuro Rengoku, the Flame Hashira. Even though he got turned into a donut and will not be in the Infinity Castle arc, I can guarantee you that there are some crazy facts about him that you don't know, as I do a rare oddity on this channel, a complete character breakdown. For the Funko review, we are covering 3 different variations, so got a lot of ground to cover, so we're just going to dive right into this. Before we do, there are timestamps in the description below if you wanted to skip the Funko review and go into the character breakdown. We have 3 variations of the same pop: the common, the Walmart Glow exclusive, and then the big one. He is in a very serious pose, which fits him as he is very serious about his role as a Hashira and a Demon Slayer. This pop is pretty chaotic, but Funko pulled it off pretty well. Being an anime character, they have their work cut out for them as their hair is very stylistic to the genre. The reddish orange tips are really effective and accurate to how it is in these series. To add to the chaos, his Hiyori ends are shaped like flames, and those were done great as well. His eyebrows help give him some character and showcase his seriousness. I even like the eyeliner towards the corner of his eyes, as to me it helps create some depth to his eyes. Overall, pretty solid mold. I'd rate it a 9. I have a feeling we're going to be playing with this lighter a lot, given he's the Flame Hashira, so I'll try my best not to burn anything down. Next up is the Walmart exclusive, Insane. The yellow parts of his hair and the yellow flames on his socks are what glows, and I'll add a picture here on this side, since this is technically a blacklight shot. This is among the best glows I've ever seen for a regular size pop. He is such a fire character and everyone loves him, so it was a good decision to go all out for this character. Only issue I have with this pop is that it is a Walmart exclusive. I dislike Walmart heavily, so any exclusive there I just dread and would rather buy them on the Funko website or just a local store that gets it. And last, we have the giant. Yeah, he doesn't fit my normal recording area, so I guess we're gonna have to relocate. In the meantime, here's a close-up of one of my shelves. You can definitely see the Shinobu pattern a lot better now. This was the first time I took the pop out of box, and holy moly, it was a lot heavier than expected. It is a great one to have out of box, and even though it's the same mold, it still looks good. People have even mentioned that this is inspired by the moment on the Mugen train, when he gets much larger, as he is suggesting that Tanjiro becomes a Tsukugo. So, if you've seen any of my other videos, you're probably wondering about the Shinobu treatment. Well, the common was nice, but the glow exclusive is what the pop needed to be the best that it could be, so no Shinobu treatment is needed. The large one would have been insane with the glow, not gonna lie. That concludes my review on the 3 pops. So let's dive into the character breakdown. Kyojuro Rengoku, the Flame Hashira. Rengoku has had a sad life experience, but is not as cruel as some of the other Hashira. Sometime after his mother gave birth to his younger brother Senjiro, she developed an incurable illness that left her bedridden until her death. Before her death though, she drilled one thing into Rengoku's head, and this was to use your strength to protect the weak. I'll be honest with you guys, I just recently got a few side books from the series, and one of them being the stories of Water and Flame. Half the book has a story with Gyu, and the second half features Rengoku. His story was filled with some crazy info, and that's why I chose this one to be the next Hashira that I covered. As discussed in my last video featuring Mitsuri Kanroji, Rengoku was teaching her flame breathing. She is shown returning from her final selection, and they celebrate. Rengoku is shown being excited to have her fight along his side. She puts her Demon Slayer uniform on, and his response was hilarious. "Why are you dressed like that?" She replies that this is the official uniform, and Rengoku's like, okay, that's fine. He goes from like, "Whoa!" to I'm like, yeah, pretty chill. That's what really made me laugh, and also shows dedication to the rules of the code. Despite his beliefs, he set them aside for the core. Shortly after, a crow summons the Flame Hashira for a Hashira meeting. Rengoku tries to get his dad, but he refuses, so he goes in his place. This is where we get some juicy info, and more of a timeline, and some key things that I haven't seen anybody talk about. At the Hashira meeting, we see Guillaume, Sanemi, Shinobu, Tengen, and Gyu. That's a total of 6 if we were to include Rengoku's dad, who is not present. So at this point in the story, Muchiro and Obanai were not Hashiras, or possibly even in the core yet. We know that Mitsuri just finished the final selection, so she was obviously not one yet. And then Rengoku, who was just taking his dad's place. I had to stop and study this specific scene because I really thought that this was really cool and valuable information, and nobody's talking about it. At the meeting, Sanemi gets angry because Rengoku is there and is not a Hashira. He explains his father's condition and says that since his mother has died, he resorted to drinking, even on missions, and just drinks alone in his room. The Hashira start shit-talking a bit, and then Rengoku says that if he becomes a Hashira, then he'll be able to motivate him to hopefully come back. This makes Sanemi mad, at no surprise, and says he's cocky and starts attacking Rengoku. After refusing to hit back and taking all these blows, he yells back at him and saying it's against corpse rules to fight one another, and hitting someone else is just bad anyways. After Ubuyashiki tames the nut job, he asks him personally to go to the capital as there is rumor of a 12 Kizuki. It'll prove with actions that he is capable of becoming a Hashira, and it falls into the Flame Hashira's territory anyways. After Rengoku walks away, Gyome asks Ubuyashiki if he is even capable of completing the task that was just given to him, and he responds by saying he can do it with the complete certainty, and he alone will alter the destiny of the Demon Slayer Koa. Yo, that's some pretty insane shit right there. In the capital, he is with a few lower core members, and then Mitsuru, who is in awe that they are wearing matching jackets. Explosions take place, and then shortly after, Rengoku is face to face with the demon, who seems to remember him. But not really though. Hero. I need a hero. Save me now. Anyways, lower rank 2 was a survivor or escapee from the current Flame Hashira, so he seeks his vengeance and tries to take it out on Rengoku. He is a strong demon as he is able to create any weapon from his body. Swords, knives, and even guns. Gun Devil confirmed. I won't spoil the fight, other than the fact that he wins. He is welcomed back in front of the Hashira, where he is asked by Ubuyashiki if he wants to help support the Corps as a Hashira. And with flair, he accepts. And then we see Sanemi huffs and puffs in disgust. I really hope that this gets an anime adaptation, because this was a super cool story, even the Gyuuba. Next, let's talk about flame breathing. There are 9 forms of flame breathing, but only 5 have been put in display in this series. And no, I won't do any shameless plugins like I did with the Mitsuru video. Or will I? First form, Unknowing Fire. The user charges the target at high speeds and unleashes a singular slash to decapitate their target. Second form, Rising Scorching Sun. An upward arching slash. Third form, Blazing Universe. A downward arching slash. Fourth form, Blooming Flame Undulation. The user swings their sword in a circular motion to defend from incoming attacks. Fifth form, Flame Tiger. Performs a series of powerful slashes that takes the form of a tiger. Ninth form, Rengoku. The user dashes to their opponent at high speeds. It is strong enough to carve out the ground in its wake. In the anime, the technique took a form of a dragon that engulfs the user as they charge forward. This is the strongest form of flame. It is not directly stated if he was the one who created this ninth form, but since he comes from a lineage of Flame Hashira and swordsmen, it is safe to assume that it has been created and then passed down through the family. His family situation is a little complicated. As we know, his mother passed away. After her death, his father became an alcoholic and started mistreating him and his younger brother pretty heavily. He would throw stuff at them, but I think the verbal abuse was the worst that they went through. Rengoku wanted nothing more to impress his father by trying to master Flame Breath and become a Hashira, just like he was, in which his father would respond by saying he's weak. He even did not let him have pets because he hated animals. How cruel. Despite the negativity, he still pushed forward and still loved his father and was concerned about him. He had a good relationship with Senju, his younger brother. He lacks swordsmanship skills, but he seemed to have other interests, which Rengoku was supportive of and displayed this to him. Ever wonder why his hair color is the way it is? This is because a distant relative ate so much tempura that it caused him and their descendants to have this outrageous hair color. So if there's one thing you take from this series, it should be this: you are what you eat. Mitsuri and the Rengoku family hair color changed from what they ate. Genya gains demonic abilities when eating demons. And what about Inosuke? You eat boars there, buddy? Back to Rengoku. Ever notice how he's a little bit strange? Well, there's reasons for that. He talks fast and is super quick to respond. This is because of his intelligence. He's very logical, quick thinking, and very tactical on the battlefield. But his social skills aren't as good as his battle tactics, as seen in the Mugen Train arc. Also, he talks very loudly. This is partially to his enthusiasm, in my opinion, but it could also be because of an injury from his first mission as a Demon Slayer. He was able to successfully avenge the death of 9 Demon Slayers by eliminating the Flute Demon. The Flute Demon's Blood Demon arc attacks the nervous system by playing a flute and affects any who hear it. Rengoku and slayed him as he was about to state that he was going to be one of the 12 Kizuki. A damn legend. His dedication to the rules are the strongest in the series. It has been shown earlier with Sanemi attacking him and him not fighting back, and Mitsuri's uniform reveal. A strong display of this is during the Tanjiro and Nezuko court case, as he states that they should just be executed immediately since it was against court rules. He even speaks against Ubuyashiki's decision until Sanemi attacks Nezuko and tried to get her to drink his blood. After she refuses, I think at that point he respects the master's decision and just goes with it. We see him shortly after the meeting and during the Mugen Train arc when he fights alongside the main cast to take down the lower rank 1 Enmu. The battle on the train, we get to see a lot of crazy stuff. First was his immense survival instinct as the core was about to be destroyed. He strangles the intruder while in the dreamlike state, where it is known for immobilizing a human. After he's awake with the other slayers, he shows immense strength as he takes out over half the train's worth of Enmu's tentacles with ease. We even get to see him teach Tanjiro how to stop his internal bleeding, but he was able to sense the location of it and help guide Tanjiro through it. And then there was Akaza. Rengoku attacks immediately upon his arrival and uses the second form to protect Tanjiro from being attacked by Akaza. Their little chit chat gets me so freaking hyped up, and I've watched it about like 10 times. No joke. Refusing Akaza's offer to become a demon, stating that Tanjiro is not weak, stating that life is precious and beautiful, and that they will never see eye to eye, no matter what twisted reason you'll give. I will not yield. Oh, that line was just... That line was... Where's my lighter? That line was so goddamn fire. After a crazy cool fight scene, he is shown being toyed with and then turned into the donut Hashira. Despite this injury, he still shows incredible strength, just a single hand. Kaza stated that since they met, he has incredible strength and had a fighting spirit that was like fine tempered steel. As the sun is approaching, Rengoku holds both of Akaza's arms, one with his gut, one with his other hand. Refusing to let him go, it gets to the point where Akaza had to rip off his own arm just to get away. Rengoku's strong will to protect everyone on the Mugen Train and during Akaza's arrival makes him the most honorable demon slayer that this series has ever seen and will ever see. He is on a whole nother level in this category, and I can see clearly why he is a fan favorite, Hashira, despite his short appearance. Some of his final words were so moving. Even in his current state, a donut, he's worried about Tanjiro getting too worked up and reopening his wounds, saying that his death will truly spell his defeat. He asked Tanjiro to tell his brother to follow his heart and to do what he sees right, and that his father to take care of himself. He also tells Tanjiro that he accepts Nezuko as a part of the ranks and believes in her. But he doesn't just believe in her, he believes in all three of them and tells them to push forward and set your heart ablaze. He then sees his mother and asks if he was successful in the goal he set for himself, and she replies saying that she's very proud of him. If you weren't crying already, you should be by now. After the neglect he went through with his father, he just wanted some reassurance that he was good enough, and in his final moments, he got that and was filled with joy. He died after a night full of both fighting an upper and lower ranked demon with no casualties, except himself, obviously. What a fucking legend. His death was not in vain. He left his mark on the three boys and their motivation to become stronger, especially Tanjiro. Senjuro gives Tanjiro Rengoku's flame-shaped guard and ends up with it on his final sword. Even crazier is that the guard saved Kotetsu's life from one of Gyoko's crab demons that stabbed him in a vital spot if it was not for the guard being there. So he is even saving lives from beyond the grave. Ugh. After that tear fest, let's move on to a happier topic. If you watch the Funko reveal, you'll see that I had the Glow exclusive signed. I was able to meet the English voice actor for Rengoku, Mark Whitten. Admittedly, I spent way too much money here at that sign. Not only did I get the pop signed, but I had his flame-shaped guard drawn on the side of the box. And then an art piece that I use now for my Funko showcase backgrounds. And then I had that signed too. It was worth it because it was a great experience. He was super cool to talk to and was overly excited to be there to meet his fans. This was almost a year ago now, so the fine details are a little fuzzy, but the famous quote, "Set your heart ablaze," was not in the manga. If I'm remembering the conversation correctly, him and or the person recording agreed that to keep your heart burning just did not have a good flow. So he came up with "Set your heart ablaze," and it to this day is probably still one of the most famous quotes from the series. Today, post at Edgar Champion. I forgot to include the results of the Hashira arm wrestling contest, in which Rengoku placed in a 4-way tie for 3rd place, tying with Giyu, Mitsuri, and Sada. Wow. That script was super long. Hopefully you all enjoyed this complete character breakdown of Kyojuro Rengoku. If you liked this video or you learned something new, leave a like and subscribe if you aren't already. Hopefully you all had a wonderful day, and remember, set your hearts ablaze.